So the kind folks over at Disney and Marvel ended up sending me over early episodes for their new animated series, Eyes of Wakanda, which is a 4-part anthology series with most episodes running about 26 to 28 minutes. And going into the show, I was looking forward to it. I like Wakanda. I like the Black Panther movies. And as somebody who grew up reading the comics, I've always felt that Wakanda has some of the coolest storytelling, whether it's in the comic book pages, some of the cartoons that have spent time there, or even some of the video games that have spent time there. And then in modern day, with the live action movies that have spent time there, I think Wakanda is just a place that's rich for storytelling. So when I found out that we were going to be getting this thing that was going to take place in the past, within the sacred timeline of the MCU, and spend time in Wakanda, with each episode being its own thing, focusing on a character that's part of a group of Wakandans known as the War Dogs that are going after vibranium artifacts that are kind of lost in time, I was definitely intrigued to check it out. And what I can say about the show in general is that there is fun to be had here. It's definitely a cool way to pass almost 2 hours worth of time. It's not a very long watch. You won't be overly committed to something in any way, shape, or form. But I found myself struggling with the show a little bit, I won't lie. Animation-wise, in comparison to the other things that Marvel Animation has released in recent years, like What If, or Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, or even something like X-Men 97, I found that this was on the weaker side of animation. That's not to say that I thought it was bad. There are moments with the lighting and the colors and just the costume designs and the locations used, and sometimes the backgrounds that felt and looked like paintings that I thought really added to the aesthetically pleasing side of the show. I thought all that really worked, but there are moments in terms of the character designs and just some of the close-ups of the characters that felt very much like something you would have seen in a TV show that was 3D animated in the early 2000s. And again, that's not to say it was bad, but it just didn't necessarily fully capture me. But there are some cool moments of action there. And where I think I struggled with this show the most, outside of the animation, was just that you don't really get a sense of the characters all that much with these anthology episodes. By the time the show was over, I thought it was cool. There were certain characters I liked that I wish we spent more time with, but each episode focuses on a different set of characters outside of a couple of moments where they might sprinkle in somebody from a previous episode. But mostly, majority of the show kind of is its own thing each time, with the final episode really being where they kind of try to tie it into the events of the original Black Panther in a way. I won't spoil how, but it honestly just kind of felt like, this is fine. This is okay. This is an enjoyable enough time, a cool way to spend your time if you're a big fan of Wakanda or Marvel, but it doesn't feel like required viewing within the MCU. I don't necessarily feel like it makes itself feel important within the MCU, and I don't necessarily know that it fully showcases the cool stories and characters that can be told within the world of Wakanda. I have a full review for this over on my YouTube channel if you guys are interested in hearing more about it, but I'm curious, are you planning on checking this one out?